To the little girls schooled in classrooms of empty pots, a threadbare dress, and absent parents, education is the friend who would never laugh at her dreams of better days. You can ask the boy who harnessed the wind and he will tell you that education was the god who delivered his village from the deadly deities of drought and famine. I used to be the quiet one, backseat girl with downcast eyes, bull's eye for mean jokes, a questioning soul trapped in the recesses of a confused mind, until I stumbled across the miracle of letters, and with alphabet as a magic wand, I could spell galaxies into existence. Education was the genie in my lamp, and every time I made a wish, she would make it come alive. Today, like a comet oblivious to gravity, I shoot across the skies, sharing the gift that saved my life. If I have a voice, education was the microphone that amplified it.
Girl meets world, boy does too. Both desire to go to school. In the restless space of political, social, and all other things affecting their sweet scholarly dreams, they dare to dream still. Of the day when they arrive at school with hungry minds and happy hearts, ready to equally acquire quality learning and go on to live full lives, skilled in productivity that builds self, builds kin, and builds community. They seek hope in triumphant futures where education rises as a helping hand that enriches their minds to eliminate poverty, enables their families to live with dignity, and empowers their nations to take hold of prosperity sustainably. For education changes lives, and change lives change the world. So let's do it for boy, let's do it for girl.
École, lieu prépondérant d'apprentissage, moyen de développement de l'intellect, est sous-estimé. Grâce à ces esprits péjoratifs qui peinent encore à comprendre que l'éducation est le socle de toute réussite et non le rempart de toute destruction massive. Mesdames et messieurs, n'est-il pas donc temps qu'on libère tous ces esprits restreints et bornés? Le saviez-vous? L'éducation a permis à Affoussatou de briser les préjugés et d'impacter positivement les esprits racistes. Encore plus à cette dame ou cet homme, rejetés et offensés par leur propre société, car n'ayant aucune source de revenus, mais stables financièrement aujourd'hui, parce qu'ils ont accepté l'éducation à bras ouverts. Ils sont aujourd'hui enseignants, ministres, docteurs et autres. Dame Éducation nous permet d'avoir un esprit ouvert et d'être cultivés. Elle nous libère de ce mimétisme mouvant, nous octroie la parole, puis nous embarque dans des batailles intellectuelles et idéologiques, prometteuses pour nos nations. Nous pourrions tous être les Malcolm X de notre temps, grâce à l'éducation.
Quem de vós nunca sonhou? Eu sonho. Sonho com uma sociedade justa e sã. Mas vivo num país adormecido que ainda desconhece o poder da educação. A educação é o caminho para o sucesso. É a melhor estrada para o progresso. É a arma mais poderosa para metamorfosear a pobreza. E trava batalhas contra a ignorância. Preciso fazer novos trilhos para alcançar os meus sonhos. Porque sei que saber é poder, mas poder é só com o saber. Regresso já. Deixe-me acordar esse povo do sonho profundo. Porque é possível que o nascente do meio da mata cresça e brilhe no meio de uma biblioteca.
I looked across vast fields and saw a gentle shadow. Walking to my aid, eyes like a sparrow, silently and without relent, she was charming in a pretty red dress with a smile that melted the wool off my skin. She told me her name was Education and she was my savior. The gods had done me favor. I was the lost black sheep, held in grips of poverty and ignorance, captured in cages of destitute and arrogance. Education is a burning candle in a room void of light. You can call her spring, winter, summer. Education brings new seasons. Her womb has seen the rising of great men. Einstein, Martin Luther, the rising of great nations, Great Britain, ancient Mali. These names will forever remain like stars in the sky because education was their Thor. The absence of education sprouts nothing but wars and sinks the world in oceans of darkness. Trust me when I say underdevelopment is a pandemic and education is the cure. Ignorance is a lock and education is the key. Education transformed me from a black sheep to a roaring lion. Give education a chance and it will transform you too.
Grew up on the streets. And here on the streets, we have dreams and aspirations, making innovations in devil's workshops. Here, hunger is the drive. We only thrive to survive. Here on the streets, education is key, but what good a key when there are no doors for the poor? We dream dreams because dreams are free, but reality has a fee. You need teachers, you need books, you need to cook ideas that are off the hook. You need an unbreakable mindset to scream I can. You need a plan and discipline, tough enough to withstand the wind that comes with the desire to win. On the streets, you need uniforms. You need to fit in to be seen. You need thick skin, strong enough to block even bullets. All the blaring scorn from your brother's green each time you dare to try to fly without wings. Again and again till you break down with realization that motivation can never equal education. For what good a fertile ground if there are no seeds to grow? And what good a seed if it never grows?
Est-ce qu'on peut mettre la pendule à l'heure? Le savoir est une forme. Je ne le clame pas à voix basse, je hurle. Aujourd'hui, je ne suis pas d'humeur. J'ai vu un jeune qui pleure, un triste chômeur à la quête du bonheur. Il est en vie sans accomplir toutes ses envies. Mon esprit est une arme, j'en prends soin. Ce 21e siècle avec tout son progrès scientifique, technique et technologique, j'en ai besoin pour tous ces jeunes qui manquent d'emploi. À l'éducation, moi, j'en ai foi pour les outiller en création d'entreprises, pour développer les savoir-faire et leur offrir une meilleure expertise. On mérite mieux, car l'ignorance est une souffrance. Il y en a marre. Il y en a marre que les universités soient des usines de production de chômeurs. Je n'en veux pas des programmes d'enseignement caduques. Éduquer d'abord ceux-là qui nous éduquent. Parce que nous voulons bien apprendre et entreprendre. Non, je ne veux pas lâcher prise. J'ai besoin de formations entrepreneuriales pour mettre sur pied mes propres entreprises. À l'éducation, nous n'avons confiance qu'en elle pour pouvoir voler de nos propres ailes.
My name is Ruddy. I am a Cameroonian, a jurist, a poet. To read and write, to acquire skills for the simplest or noblest life, to feel right enough to explore your own mind is the furthest dream of a new life for millions of kids in West and Central Africa. It is a longing for the freedom to know and be, the acceptance that food, money, family, and the abundance of today's living will always first come to those molded by informed choices. Yet seeking the honest chance to live dignified, not simply because it is a right shared by the politics of papers and words, is repressed by poverty, conflicts, and failed educational systems sometimes too ignored or overly accepted. The promise of education fits in the context of society's needs, bears the ideas to shape tomorrow's economies. That fighting like soldiers and selling our bodies for food may be lost in the assurance given to every child.
So you ask me, how has education unlocked my potential? Well, look at me, standing here in a small house in Accra, Ghana, yet reaching out with words like tentacles emanating from my being to yours. Look at you through me as we remind each other. We have all it takes. Unbridle your tongue, because education is a fire, a spark on a matchstick, you a candle, I a wick, ready to be inflamed, to engulf, to devour, to set things straight. Because there's no such thing as impossible when you and I have the power to empower through education.
I come from a place rife with culture and class, home of divergence, tribe and tongue. I have seen great lands and rivers, seen great birds and fishes. I have also seen cast chasms crumble in the great classroom, for education is a leveler. I have seen wings given to dreaming dreams, flight to lofty heights, strength to feeble knees, for education is a propeller. I have seen how the children of nobody can become something more than a statistic. I have seen the fantastic, how great things come from a small place, like how seedlings sprout from a small space. For education is an amplifier. Through water or fire, near or far, education changes lives. It changed mine.
Poetry is one of the key outlets of expression. Everybody has got a gift of speech, but the key difference between a poet and any other speaker is the beauty and the aesthetics and the emotions that we communicate through our works. Going through the entries for the finalists of the Youth on Edu Poetry Competition by the World Bank, I was so proud and amazed about the amount of talent we have in Africa, especially Central and West Africa. I learned a lot as a poet myself, and I want to congratulate everybody who participated in this competition. Indeed, you are all winners. To the top 10, congratulations once again, and be proud of yourself. The works were amazing.
Poetry, in my mind, is giving life to words, giving them the power to help people. For this competition, our youth show us how smart and talented they are. They also show us how they feel concerned by the quality of education. Congratulations to our winners. They make us proud.
Poetry is a form of literature which is being used to evoke emotions from the reader. It's been written in verses and also been composed using figurative language like sound, meta, rhyme scheme, rhythm or timing, and form. Looking at the entries, I see you two are ready to stop at nothing in achieving your dreams. I see you as specimens in the empowerment of their society or community via education. I see you as voices calling out there for people to discover who really they are, where they come from, their living condition. I see youths who are calling for the light into their society through education. I see greatness. I also want to use this medium to congratulate all the winners and all those who participated in this competition.
Poetry is a muse, a string of thoughts, a plethora of feelings, a lyrical arrangement of words, a connection with your soul that makes you want to share your emotion with the world. We received hundreds of submissions and it has been very hard to select the winners. These youth from Western and Central Africa share lots of enthusiasm and creativity around this competition. I hope their talent can inspire others, as education is the key to achieve all dreams.